What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and as we move ever closer to the 2018 Summer Overwatch event, now is the perfect time to start getting hyped for all the new content it could have in store for us. While I already talked about its start date and the possibility of the event getting massively reworked in a previous video of mine, today I want to focus exclusively on what kinds of cool new skins we could be seeing this year. There have been countless ideas floating around the Overwatch community, so here I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite ideas that I would love to see make it into the game. And without further ado, let's dive right on in. So looking at the past 2 years of summer game skins, most of them have fit into one of two aesthetic themes, being sports and beach. So to start, let's take a look at some possible sports skins we could be getting, and first up is Boxer Doomfist. Given that Doomfist is canonically versed in many hand-to-hand fighting styles, it would make sense for him to have at least some skill as a boxer. The only problem I really see with this skin idea is Doomfist's asymmetric design, where he has the massive gauntlet on only one arm, while most boxers wear gloves on both. However, I trust that Blizzard can find a creative way to work around this while still maintaining the boxer appearance. Next up, we have Fencer Genji. Not only do we already see Genji fencing in his Summer Games spray, but the outfit would fit well with his character design, given that fencers wear full-body suits with large masks. It would be a nice variant from the many ninja-esque skins that he already has, and additionally, the design of a fencing sword would look visually unique from any of his other weapon skins currently. Moving on now to Winston, a lot of people have speculated that he could get some kind of volleyball jersey, given that his Summer Game spray is volleyball. While this isn't a bad idea, I think it would be cool if he got a skin that better emphasized his primate side, which is why I'd like to see him as a mountain climber. While gorillas are in fact largely ground-dwelling creatures, we know from the Horizon lunar colony that they must have had at least some experience with rock climbing, so with the right gear equipped, I'm sure Winston could take on any rock face he encounters. The skin itself might involve a helmet with an overabundance of rope and carabiners hanging off his body. His gun could maybe be fashioned into some kind of large rock climbing pick, although that could be a bit of a stretch. Overall, I think it'd be a fun idea, and is one that I haven't really seen any people suggest yet. Taking a look now at one of the more popular skin ideas overall recently, we have a sports ball skin for Wrecking Ball. Now, I already mentioned this idea in my previous Hammond skins prediction video, but it's certainly worth mentioning here since the summer games would be the perfect time for him to get one. As for the actual design of the skin, it could be made to look like a soccer ball, beach ball, volleyball, really just about anything. Additionally, Hammond himself could either get some kind of sports jersey to make him look like a player, or even a referee shirt given that he would in fact be the ball. Regardless, it's a super popular idea that many would love to see in game. Lastly, before I wrap up these sports themed skin ideas, we have nationality specific epic skins. Now, the only reason I'm even mentioning these is because we had the leaked Sombra Mexico skin. If you aren't familiar with this leak, then you can check out the video I made covering it. But in short, it looks like we may be getting more epic skins colored to match certain heroes' nations of origins, just like what we saw back in 2016. This could be applied to most of the game's current playable heroes, so there's quite a few possible candidates. Anyways, moving on now to the possible beach theme skins, this is where we get a ton of great possibilities. The first of which is Lifeguard Mercy. In my opinion, this skin is pretty much inevitable. If we don't get it this year, it'll come next year. If not next year, then the year after that. It just works so well for her character, and I'm sure lots of people would love to see her in a swimsuit. I'm not sure exactly what they would do for her wings. Possibly they would just be made out of water or mist, but for her Caduceus staff, they could give her either some kind of pool skimmer or lifeguard pole that you would use to save someone from drowning. All around, a really cool skin idea, and it would go really well with Lifeguard McCree if you have both on the same team. Continuing with the aquatic theme, we have Diver D.Va, complete with a shark or orca mech. It's been over a year since D.Va got a new event skin, and likewise, this skin idea and artwork has been around almost as long as Overwatch itself at this point, and it still stands as one of the best looking summer skins in my opinion. However, instead of getting an aquatic animal themed mech, it could also be designed to look like a submarine. The default mech as is already strongly resembles some kind of submersible vehicle, so I could just as easily and may even even prefer seeing Blizzard go with something like this for her. Additionally, instead of giving Pilot D.Va a wetsuit and snorkel, she might get some kind of sailor outfit, which if nothing else, will be a bit more visually unique and interesting when compared to her standard jumpsuit. Moving on to a different hero, but still sticking with the submersible theme, we might also get a skin like this for the other mech-based hero in Overwatch, being Wrecking Ball. Given that many submarines feature a largely spherical design, I could see Blizzard modeling the mech in this way and once again giving Hammond himself either a diver or a sailor outfit to match. Similarly, Blizzard might go with a more vintage design and turn Wrecking Ball into a heavy metal diving bell. It could fit better with the dense Wrecking Ball aspect of the hero and might even be adorned with seaweed and other deep sea flora and fauna to give it an aged, rustic look. And speaking of vintage deep sea divers, there are other heroes who could easily get this kind of skin as well. For example, there's a really good artist's rendition of Diver Roadhog, where he has a diving helmet mask, harpoon hook, and pufferfish gas canisters. Roadhog may already have quite a few aquatic and island-based skins, but this one would still fit him quite well. Farah also could even get a skin like this. It may be a bit of a stretch, but I could see the diving suit being her armor, oxygen tanks for her jetpack, and a torpedo launcher instead of rockets. The idea of a flying diver might be a little weird, but hey, we've had stranger. The other major candidate I could see getting a deep sea diver skin would be Reinhardt. Like Farah, the suit and helmet would easily fit his armored design, and he could wield a massive anchor as a hammer. Maybe even some kind of propellers would be used instead of rockets on the hammer and when charging. All around, another great idea, especially since Reinhardt, like D.Va, has been getting the short end of the cosmetic stick for quite a while now. But thankfully, there are a number of other summer skin ideas we might see for him as well. One of these other ideas would just be a typical poolside or beach outfit. The bulkiness of his armor could be made up of some kind of pool floaties, and his hammer could be an inflatable toy. However, hands down my favorite summer skin idea for Reinhardt is the Greek god Poseidon. Rein's armor could easily be made up of shells and other kinds of ocean decoration, his shield could be some kind of water barrier, and his charge ability powered by some kind of water jet propulsion. But most importantly of all, his hammer would be a trident. Overall, this idea just feels so fitting for Reinhardt that I might have to peg it as my #1 most wanted skin for the upcoming Summer Games event. Please Blizzard, you need to make this happen. But moving on from Reinhardt while still sticking with the aquatic theme, we have Sunken Bastion. Mainly taking inspiration from his appearance at the beginning of the Binary comic, this is a look that me and many others have loved since the comic's release. Now, if Blizzard were to make it a true legendary skin, they'd probably have to do more than just plaster a few starfish and octopuses on him, which is why I think they should redesign Bastion's body to resemble something like either a deep sea probe or a sunken ship. If the latter, they could give him some kind of rotted wood texture, kind of like two of his default legendary skins, to make the skin feel more unique from the majority of metallic ones he has. And that wraps up my beach themed skin ideas, but I'm not done quite yet. While sports and beach have been the themes used in previous years, who's to say we won't get a completely new theme for some of the cosmetics this year? Summer Games, after all, has some of the greatest potential for theme diversity out of any of the Overwatch events. So what are some other summertime activities we could see represented? What about camping? I could see heroes like McCree or Soldier 76 getting some kind of Boy Scout or Wilderness Explorer skins. Overall, there's quite a bit of potential when it comes to summer outfits, so I'm fully expecting Blizzard to throw at least a few curveballs that nobody would see coming. But now that I've shared my favorite new skin ideas, I want all of you guys to share yours. Whether or not it's something I've mentioned in this video, I would love to hear what you all are wanting for this year's summer event. So be sure to drop those down in the comments below, and who knows, if I get enough great ideas, I may even be able to make a second prediction video before the event starts. But as always, thank you all so much for watching, and if you're interested in checking out any of the artists whose artwork I used in this video, then I'll have them all linked down in the description. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with a friend if you really liked it. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and turn on notifications to both help out my channel and keep up with all my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.